that, you know, Switzerland and Ghana relations are being strengthened. So that's all what our embassy is about, right? It's about strengthening relations between the two countries. So an investment by a Swiss company in Ghana is, of course, something that we rejoice about. But then it's also, it makes me very happy because Indian has already created jobs for young people in the country, and they're planning to create even more. So it also makes me happy for Ghana.
At Engine, currently our target is to recruit and employ about 100 people by the end of the year. And we are looking at accelerating this employment to about 1,000 people in our 5-year strategic plan. With these 1,000 people being employed in the next 5 years, we believe that we will be able to now be well established in Ghana, because we will have a lot of people working for companies all over the world. We will also contribute to the IT skills and the capacity of young Ghanaians, because then we'll have a lot of people who are working as system administrators, data scientists, DevOps, and system support engineers. So these engineers will then contribute a lot more to what we already have here in Ghana.
Hello, my name is Janet Akwa-Ahin, a recent graduated biomedical engineer from Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. I'm also a participant of the TDI. I'm telling you a bit about TDIP. Okay, so TDIP is the Tertiary Digital Innovation. And what motivated you to join the Tertiary Digital Innovation program? Okay, so back in school, we all worked on projects. Our final year project, and I felt my project idea shouldn't stay on my lecture shelf. It should be worked upon because I felt it can solve a specific problem in Ghana. So I joined the Tertiary Digital Innovations. What benefits have you gained from participating in the TDIP? Okay, personally, I have learned a lot in terms of entrepreneurship. I've been able to do my market research to know my potential customers. I've been trained in terms of communication to be able to pitch to potential investors. I have been able to draw a business plan as well as a roadmap for my startup company. Is there anything you would like to say to the sponsors and partners of the Tertiary Digital Innovation Program? Yes. First of all, I'd like to thank our sponsors for organizing such a program for recent graduates to help curb unemployment in Ghana. And I would also like to suggest that they partner with most local manufacturers in Ghana to help us build our products faster and bring it into the market faster. Thank you so much for your time, Janet, and thank you so much for putting more light in the Tertiary Digital Innovation Group. Thank you for having me. Bye.
Tell us some more money promo. What's up, you 1 million?
Baba, 1 million.
Nana, then a mayor menyesika baby.
No, champagne.
Usumbe, Sanka, Pito Nation.
I don't tell me that they get how come for. How can tell me?
Fino, tell us some more money promo. Open your 1 million Ghana cedi. No.
Ghana
Everyone is trying to win millions in the Telecel More Money promo. Win daily and weekly when you reload your mobile and broadband bundles. You can win up to 30,000 Ghana cedis weekly or the 1 million Ghana cedi grand prize. The more you reload, the better your chances of winning in Telecel More Money promo.
Dial star 500 hash or opt in on the Telecel Play app for free.
91 million!
Telecel, connecting energies. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
Transform your business ideas into success stories with Telecel Business. Choose from a wide range of products and services tailor-made to drive your business. Call 0302-233-4040 or email to business@telecel.com.gh to sign up today. Telecel Business, connecting opportunities, connecting goals, connecting businesses. Telecel, connecting energies.
Hello, Akwesi. Wafa new. What to sing?
Pops, I don't understand the tree language.
This is Uncle Wafa. We need some money for.
$1,000 now, made the money and then an hour train. Akwesi said.
It is finished, oh.
What about the money I sent you to renovate the family house? But you know, snow mo air boy to man. And I want to Ghana. And say to God, maybe I send you. What kind of thing is this?
Create a group on Chango with your family and friends. Keep track of all the funds you send to them and know exactly what the funds are used for. Chango is approved by Bank of Ghana. Call +233 270 066 614 or visit changoapp.com for more information.
Hey, now Kwesi, anyone else who teach you no?
Pops, modern problems require modern solutions.
Chango, the smarter way to send money.
Araba, there are some people at the door. Go and tell them I have traveled to Russia.
Yes, Daddy.
Where's your father?
My father said I should tell you he has traveled to Russia.
Your father has killed me. I sent him money from America to complete my house for me.
Are all student association contributions?
Even the money from the fundraiser for Kweku's surgery.
Oh! He too? Don't be a victim. If you're contributing to a project, alumni dues, or any public campaign, Chango is your best choice. Chango keeps track of all donations and gives you the power to know exactly where the money goes. Chango is approved by Bank of Ghana. Call 0270 066 614 or visit changoapp.com for more information.
Uncle, my father is hiding under the bed.
Oh, Araba.
Chango for your groupings and crowdfunding.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. So we'll be starting the next session in about 2 minutes time, but I can see that a lot more people are outside, so I need volunteers from each row to go and bring them in. So one volunteer from here, Papaya, go and bring your people from the exhibition hall. I want to see all of them following you. Bring all of them. And one person from this row, Lordia, yes, go and bring them, everybody from there. This row, who do I know? Yeah, man. Yes, please go and bring them. Please. And then the last row, who do I know? Everyone is looking away. I want a volunteer from this side to go and bring those who are outside. Okay, so we'll be starting shortly. Our resource person will be joining us online, and we will be talking about, we'll be having a short digital entrepreneurship clinic, and we'll have a resource person joining us online shortly at exactly 3 p.m. And so once we are done, we have the hackathon, and then we have the closing session, which will include awards and recognition. Thank you very much. So without wasting much time, I'll call on our friends. I'll call on Edward Akins Obuo from GDC to take over from here. So shall we welcome him with a round of applause? Okay, so whilst I was speaking, we just had the head of the, this one if I don't take it, we just had the Dean of Quality Assurance just walk in. He's also the Scientific Director for RAIL, which is Responsible AI. So they deal with responsible AI, whilst others who have been doing irresponsible things with AI, they keep them in business by checking them. All right, so he's here and he will give us a word shortly before we end. All right, so Obo, kindly take over. Once we are ready, in fact, we are ready, so we can start, we can join online, and then, good.
Thank you very much, Prof. Good afternoon to everyone. I know sometimes after lunch, a lot of things set in, but we need to be very active. It's been a good 3 days so far, and I want to commend the organizers of this very important event. I believe that from day one to this point, you have been able to take something in, and that's why we're here. So I'm representing the Ghana Digital Centers Limited on this platform. I'm here with my Chief Executive Officer, Honorable Kojoba Ajiman. And so I'll start off by telling you a bit about the Ghana Digital Centers Limited and what we do. So GDCL, as we are known, is an agency of the Ministry of Communications and Digitalization. It was established in 2017 to drive digital innovation and entrepreneurship in Ghana. What this means simply is that opportunities that abound in the digital innovation ecosystem, we're supposed to look out for those opportunities, strike the necessary partnerships, and then collaborate with the key stakeholders, for example, academia, to try and get students to also tap into these opportunities. So a lot of our work has to do with having collaboration with both global and local partners. So that's an important thing. Now, consistent with our mandate, we believe that digital entrepreneurship is a very important part of the digital ecosystem. Because over here, we don't just see students, we see entrepreneurs who really, after school or even during school, have entrepreneurial initiatives. So what we do is to try to help support what you want to do in the digital entrepreneurial space together with our partners. We have done a bit of it through a program called the Tertiary Digital Innovation Program. I'm sure you've been seeing the videos where we've taken students from here and incubated their projects, and today they have incorporated businesses that are running and recognized. So that's what we do. Thank you very much, Prof, for that clap. If you want to clap, please do it well. Thank you very much. So in that spirit, we decided to put this together and bring some of our partners on board so that they share the opportunities that they have with you, and then going forward, you can tap into those opportunities. And one of the partners we have today is MASH Group. Now, MASH Group is an organization based in Sweden, which is into the digital innovation ecosystem. So they are into consulting, skills training, and also empowering digital entrepreneurs. So when we talk about digital entrepreneurs, we're not just talking about startups, we're talking about e-commerce businesses, we're talking about freelancers, we're talking about bloggers, we're talking about influencers, and the like. So anyone who wants to use a digital technology for an entrepreneurial or a business initiative, we deem you to be a digital entrepreneur. So we have Shireen online, and I'll share a story about
Thank you very much. So I'll move on and introduce our resource person who is online. So we have Shireen Galsgaard. She's a digital training partner for MASH Group Ventures, a digital consulting company based in Denmark. To date, she has launched both hard and soft skills in 10 African countries. Shireen and I met earlier this year when my boss, the CEO, delegated me to attend an event at Alisa Hotel. I think it was the IT for Development event. And as soon as we met, it struck a chord. And since then, we have come into some sort of partnership with Shireen and the MASH Group. And they have exciting things for young people like you. And so we want her to share those exciting things with you and see how you can take advantage of them. So Shireen, if you can hear me. Hello, Shireen.
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Fantastic. Everyone can hear your nice voice. Can you show your face? Fantastic.
There we are.
I think they want to clap for you. So this will be quite an interactive session. I would leave the floor to Shireen to take over from here. Please listen to this presentation very well. Take over, Shireen.
Okay. Hi, everyone. And oh my gosh, thank you, Edward, so much for that great introduction. It is such a privilege for me to be here today. I would like to start by thanking the University of Science and Technology for hosting this Technology Week, and to Ghana Digital Center Limited for not only supporting youth in their digital entrepreneurship journey, but also for presenting me with the opportunities to speak today. But most of all, I am thankful to each and every one of you for choosing to spend the next 30 minutes with me. You could be anywhere else right now, and I'm happy that you've chosen to spend it here, and I hope to make it worth your time. Now, as Edward mentioned, my name is Shireen Galsgaard, and I'm here to speak to you about my experience in EdTech and what it has taught me about the digital entrepreneurship space, but with particular focus on human skills. As Edward also mentioned, I'm currently in EdTech, but it is not where I started. So to tell you about my start, I would like to show you a picture. Before I do that, can I get a confirmation that people can hear me and can see my screen?
Yes, you have it.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Okay, here we go. So, this is me. This is me from about 15, maybe 18 years ago. And just by looking at this picture, I can already tell you I was at least 15 kilos lighter than I am today. Now, this picture might lead you to guess that I'm probably I'm a civil engineer, an architect, an inspector, or a surveyor, but it was none of the above. I was there as a real estate rental consultant for a construction company that was interested in furnishing apartments for corporate clients in Nairobi. I started consulting on the interior needs after I had spent years renting furnished apartment units to corporates. I had built quite an extensive portfolio of clients, and this led to my consultation on what apartments needed to have in order to attract corporate clients. When I started working with real estate...
Hello, Sherry, I have to cut you.
Can you hear me?
I have to cut you here. I think you haven't shared the picture. We're all eager to see the photo. So can you
I'm
kindly
surprised
share
it
the
hasn't
photo?
shown. Just give me a second. Let me just try and fix this. Let's see if this does it. All right.
Okay.
What about now?
Yes, we have it now.
Okay. So this is what I was saying. 15, 18 years ago, Shireen back then, in real estate in Nairobi, Kenya. So when I started to work in the real estate market and with corporates, the assumption in the Kenyan real estate market was that corporates always accommodated their employees in hotels.
Recording in progress.
Okay. They always accommodated their employees in hotels. Apartments were for long-term stayers and usually unfurnished with monthly or yearly rental. The more I spoke to corporates, though, the more I realized how far we were from the truth. Companies wanted a solution to their hotel expense problem. They were desperately looking for apartments that would offer them daily rates and not monthly and yearly rates. One thing I often remember, though, from that time is how I would gain the interest of corporate clients. It was always difficult and has always been difficult to get your foot in the door of a corporate office. And I'm sure a lot of you can agree with that. Because even before you have had an opportunity to give your pitch, you first need to get past the receptionist, who is always eager and is always aware that the person that you want to speak to is not available. I did things a bit differently then, and it will all tie in at the end. I quickly learned when I was in real estate that cold emails, cold calls, they didn't work for me. They never really got me very far. I had more belief in the ability to show up and speak to people face to face. I never went into a meeting with the intention to pitch my proposals, but instead, I would ask a series of questions to help me understand what the problems of the organization were and what they were facing with regard to accommodation. This information would allow me to go back to my office, customize my proposals, and offer them the solution they needed. This was not a skill that I was born with. I accidentally, and I remember this like it was yesterday, I accidentally attended a 4-day training while I was in university in Canada that was on leadership. I use the word accidentally because if it was not for the extra credit points that my professor was offering for attendance, I probably wouldn't have gone. At the training, one of the programs was on the power of communication. I heard something that day that I have never forgotten. A client will almost always reveal their needs if given the opportunity to speak first. We fast forward now about 10, 15 years, and I'm still using the same skills from my real estate days, but in the edtech industry. The skills I'm here to talk to you about are the skills that transferred with me when I changed careers. Back then, these skills were called soft skills. But today the terminology has changed. I have spent a few minutes talking about myself and sharing about my experience, but I would like to take the opportunity to get to know you better, the people that are sitting in the room. I will be sharing 3 questions with you for your input. And to answer, all you need to do is use your camera to get the QR code on the screen. I hope you can all see it.
Jareen, we all have to do it.
A lot of the youth that are sitting for the panel, I think,
so
are more inclined
to do it.
But I think everyone in the room could do it. It will just add a lot more data, which is impressive. Okay, I'm going to start it now, and then we will begin. I'm seeing 3 participants, 2 participants. I can see that we're already answering the first question, which is, what is your current field of study at the university? I'm seeing a lot of computer engineering, which makes sense considering the university. Biomedical, fantastic, a lot of biomedical. If I can see a few more people, just remember, it's not a survey, it's not a resume, I just want a few letters just mentioning what it is that you're doing, your current field of study.
Can we have a lot more students take part in this? It's a very important part of the session. Let's have a lot more students take part in this.
I can see 54 people are currently logged on. 6 participants are typing, so it's coming up now. And I'm guessing you can also see it on your screen. I have to say, this is the beauty of technology. Okay, I'm going to give just a few more seconds before we move to the next question. Oh, look at that, biomedical, photonics, computer engineering. Amazing, thank you guys for writing through this.
Can we get to 100? I think we have 87 now. Okay.
Yeah, we're at 92. We're almost there, guys. 100, and we'll have some good info. And Edward, you guys can clearly see my screen, right? You can see the
Yes.
data being entered.
Yes, we can.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, we're at 97, 97, 98. To be honest, I'm quite happy with the numbers that we have right now. Thank you so much for filling this out. Ecosystem, I like that. I don't know what cheesy is, but I think people are messing with me. Electrical engineering, fantastic, fantastic. I mean, what a privilege it is to be talking to a group of such well-educated young people with a lot of the technical skills that the world is asking for today. Now I move to the next. Now, have you received any formal education or training on human skills? I'm talking communication, teamwork, leadership, within those lines. Oh, I'm seeing yes, yes, a lot of yeses are coming through. Fantastic. Amazing, amazing. This is incredible. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Okay, that is wonderful. Now I'm going to go to my last question. We're at 83, 90. I can see a lot more people are writing now. This is fantastic. I would like to commend the university for the work that they're doing in educating on human skills, and they will make the discussion we're going to have a lot more transparent and also relatable to a lot of you. So what I can see right now is that the majority of the people are saying, yes, they have learned and had formal education on human skills. That's incredible. That's 70% at this point. We're seeing a lot of use or more use on Udemy and Coursera, and have about a 9% not sure, and some 9% also not at all. So that's fantastic. Now we move on to the last question I have. The last question is, what skills do you believe is the most important as a successful digital entrepreneur? Now, all these skills that are on here are important. I want you to pick the one that actually resonates with you the most as being the most important as a successful digital entrepreneur. Okay, I'm seeing technical skills is going for the win. Okay. Ability to think critically to solve problems, that's incredible and makes a lot of sense when we're in a room with youth in education. Communication, okay. Okay, this is incredible. Now what I want you to pay attention to is that technical skills have gone down to third. They started off at the top, and now they've gone down to the third place in terms of being the most important as for successful digital entrepreneurs. Ability to think critically, to solve problems, that is taking it for the win with 53%. Thank you so much for your scores on this. I'm going to continue with the presentation now, and we're going to tie this all together. Okay. You can keep filling from that question. I'm going to leave it open. Okay, so thank you so much for the responses that we received. I really appreciate, and I look forward to also looking at them later. Please do remember that you have an opportunity to write your questions in the Q&A section on this same website. That gives me real-time access to your questions about my presentation. I might not be able to answer all of them, but I will try to answer some of them at the end of the presentation. All right, let's move on. So this might not be new to a lot of you, and if it is, then I'm glad that you're here. We're talking hard skills and soft skills. That's what they used to be called a long time ago. Defining these skills as hard and soft makes them sound like they are polar opposites of each other, when they are highly complementary and very necessary in today's work world. A better way to say it would be that a great leader cannot excel with just one of these skill sets. You cannot have hard skills with no soft skills and expect to be great at what you do. Neither can you have soft skills in today's world and not have technical skills to excel in what you do. But the world sees that now. They see the relevance of these skills, and now they are referred to as core skills, life skills, or human skills. The best way to describe these skills was done by a man by the name of Simon Sinek. Now, Simon Sinek, for me, is revolutionary when it comes to this topic, and I'm sure a lot of you have maybe seen him on TikToks, on YouTube. He has a lot of podcasts. And he says hard skills are ideally the skills you need to perform a certain job. So these are job specific, they're quantifiable, and they're easily measured by wherever you work, whether you're an entrepreneur or you're working as an employee for an organization. Soft skills he now calls human skills. And these are the skills you need to be a better human being. Human skills are the skills that refer to an individual's social ability to relate and interact with other people. These skills are what make leaders, founders, employees to be exceptional. These skills, just like technical skills, and from the results I've seen from the survey, can be taught and are being taught in university level as well. So now we know they matter, right? The world has changed the words that we use to make them a lot more fundamental, core, life, human. Those are fundamental words. Simon Sinek, a professional in this area, is talking about soft skills at any chance that he gets. But we want to know, how much do they matter? It's not about whether they do, but how much. Last year, LinkedIn carried out a survey of a lot of executives, a lot of C-suite executives in global organizations. And over 70% of these executives said that soft skills, human skills, were more important to their organizations than highly technical AI skills. They went on to say that they believe that these skills will become increasingly more important by 2025. Well, why 2025? You know, we've been listening to a lot of talks on 2025, 2030, 2025. And this is because of the power of automated technology, which is rapidly changing the way we work. It's taking on a lot of the repetitive tasks in our industries, which makes sense if you think about it, because that is what they have been designed to do. We know that the use of technology has the potential to replace around 85 million jobs worldwide. But in turn, by 2030, we're expecting 97 million new roles will be created. So this is why they talk about 2025. These new positions that are being created now and will be created in the future will, of course, require technical skills. That is still a very important part of it. But they will be anchored around human skills, our individual ability to relate and interact with other people. I would like to share a story with you about the power of human skills. I'm going to introduce you to a man by the name of Daniel. Everyone, meet Daniel Omondi. Daniel Omondi and I met early last year at an agripreneur conference I attended in Nairobi. This is a conference for entrepreneurs whose main business is in agriculture or agriculture related. He was part of a panel on the failures and successes in agri-tech. My first thought, and I kid you not, was whether he was on the failure side or on the success side of this panel. He talked about being a recent graduate in computer science at the University of Nairobi. He had exceptional technical skills. I mean, he was proficient in software development. He was coding in multiple languages. In my head, I was sure he was on the success side. And then he spoke about his dream, that while he was in university, he dreamt about starting a tech company that would revolutionize agriculture in Africa by providing farmers with real-time data to enhance productivity and sustainability. I have to tell you, when he said that, used the word sustainability, productivity, revolutionize agriculture, the room was just impressed. And when he graduated, him and a few of his buddies came together to make this dream a reality, which they did. Inspired by the potential of technology to solve real-world problems, right? This is what we want our digital entrepreneurship companies to do. We want them to solve real-world problems. Daniel developed an app called Smart Farm. Now, this app was designed to give farmers insight on weather, soil, crop health, you name it. Daniel started to get a lot of attention, primarily from angel investors who understood the advanced algorithms in his app, and they quickly started putting the money where their mouth was. They started funding his dream. And it worked. The app worked and did exactly what he said it would do. He was on his way to make a significant impact for farmers in Africa. But as the panel was going, the tone changed. The tone changed when he started to speak about his early challenges in the business. Now, I can't talk about everything he said, but I'm going to summarize for you what I heard were his challenges, because they did not equate to what he said in the panel, and I'll bring that up a little bit later. So challenge number one, Daniel struggled to connect with the farmers. Now, these were his primary users, right? His presentations for them were filled with technical jargon that farmers found very hard to understand. Challenge number 2. Daniel's team, which included developers, marketers, customer service representatives, often felt disconnected from his vision. He found it difficult to communicate effectively and delegate tasks to his team. Challenge number 3. Daniel worked best on his own. Now, that's not really a challenge. That's just humans, as human beings, we're either outgoing or not. Some of us work best alone, some of us don't. He found speaking to people a little bit uncomfortable and found it more comfortable working behind the scenes on the development side of things. He even mentioned in the panel, and this I remember, he said he was always the type of person that wrote you a text message letting you know, I'm so sorry I missed your call, when he heard the phone ring and chose not to pick it up. Now that stood to me because I know a lot of us do that. You know, sometimes you're not feeling comfortable talking to the phone with particular people, so you prefer to write messages back and forth. Now this translated in his business. He chose to focus on getting the technical side right and up and running instead of motivating and inspiring his team. And as a result, his team morale was low. Talented individuals he had spent hours hiring were leaving because I'm sure a lot of them felt undervalued. Challenge number 4. Daniel did not place any emphasis on user feedback. He believed that the app itself, the technical capabilities of this app were sufficient to win the users over. Now, this kind of relates to me a little bit with the survey that we did, that technical skills did not take the number 1 or number 2 position. Now, I'll probably check later, maybe the numbers have changed, but from when I changed the screen, technical skills were number 3. So I understand that you understand that. What I learned when listening to the panel later on in the talk, Daniel was on the failure side of the panel, right? The business shut down with a lot of unpaid debt to his investors. After his panel, I approached him and I shared with him what I believed his early challenges were because they did not match what I heard him say. He mentioned how hard it is to keep employees these days. He talked about how farmers lacked the education to understand the technology. He talked about how the marketing team that he spent hours trying to find just spent so much money on the wrong social media platforms. Those could have been inherent problems, I agree, right? But none of them were about him, the founder, the leader, the president of the company. It was all about other people and what they were doing wrong. I have to say I honestly questioned myself on why I had approached him. It felt like I just made him feel worse about the experience, about the panel, and knew without a doubt that we would probably never meet again. But in June of 2023, Daniel reached out to me via email to get my recommendation for courses that could be beneficial to him as an entrepreneur, as a digital entrepreneur. And based on his panel that I had heard, we had not talked again before then, I recommended 2 courses on human skills. Primarily on human skills, because one thing I knew is that he got the tech right. He understood the technical side of it. Course number 1, business communication skills. This was in order for him to learn how to simplify the technical jargon, the concepts, and speak the language of his users, ideally to translate from his language of tech to the language of farmers. We also wanted, through the business communication skills course, for him to learn new ways to communicate, not only with his team, but as a means of encouraging better communication at networking events, farmers' workshops, in general to foster skills that better his relationships with people. Now, I can do an entire session on networking skills, but the fundamental of networking skills, but today I'm just going to jump over that. The course number 2 that we recommended was customer service, customer support, and customer experience. And this was in order to teach him how to speak to customers. I remember him saying that even remembering to smile was something that he felt he had to learn. But primarily what we wanted him to take out of this course was how to actively seek feedback. Because believe it or not, when clients are given an opportunity to give their honest feedback without feeling that they are having to defend their opinions to you, they feel valued and they feel appreciated. Now, since then, Daniel has taken a few other courses by Mash Group, as he is now venturing into building a new e-commerce platform that will connect African artisans to global buyers in a new way. His human skills that he spent, I don't know, 8 months, 9 months working on, coupled with the technical skills that he had learned in university and in starting his first startup, his first digital entrepreneurship, assured me that I know I will hear of his success in the next 10 years, whether it is for the new venture that he's working on now or the one that he will start someday. So, employability skills, right? What do we know? What do we know about the past? What do we know about the present? What do we know about the future of work? We know that today brains are more important than strength and durability. So according to the first chart, I'm guessing all of you sitting there thinking 1980, and it sounds like we're very old people. From 1980, right, physical strength took the lead as what was most important. Today, when we're looking at between 2020 and 2024, brains are more important than strength, endurance, and flexibility. The hard skills that we gain today from STEM education are key to ensure the future of employability and digital entrepreneurship, but only if we combine our hard skills with essential skills that we acquire through training and practice. So what we will see 2029, 2030, and this ties into the stats that we gave earlier on the survey that was done on LinkedIn with executives, right? The future will see us seeing more of an emphasis on your human skills, your human capabilities, together with your STEM skills. I don't know if any of you have heard of this woman. Her name is Knust. Knust is the current president of Columbia University, and she talks about the past, present, and future of work in a way that I've never heard someone else do. She said in the past, jobs were about muscle. Now they're about brains, but in the future, they will be about the heart. Something else we know is that automation technologies, AI as well, have come to shift the way we work. Technology has not only become more user-friendly, it is ever-changing. And it is taking over the routine manual jobs in the industry. The current and future way of work will be divided between humans, machines, and algorithms. Now, we can't change that, and we shouldn't want to. Our world has changed and needs us today to learn how to work with machines because they're here to stay whether we like it or not. So what do? What we need to do is to improve the skills that cannot be replicated by a robot, the skills that make us better human beings. And this is what we do at Mash Group. As a digital consulting company, Mash Group is broken into different areas. Now, as the partner in digital training, we currently focus on how to perform our work more humanely with the help of technology. Our work, my team in the digital training section, is focused on offering courses that build critical and core skills in future employers and employees. And this is not what we're claiming as true, but what the organizations that hire our graduates or the organizations that fund our training, this is what they are asking of us. And here's some of the things that they have told us. This is from a workshop that was carried out in March of 2024. These workshops happen roughly quarterly in a year. to give us insight on our courses and hear what the market is asking from our graduates. And this is what they mentioned. They mentioned the ability not only on how to communicate, but also how to listen to identify the issues that your customers, your shareholders are dealing with. They spoke about the ability to have difficult conversations. Now that was actually a very big one. Not only difficult conversations with customers, but difficult conversations with coworkers. And to know how to confront these conversations with empathy and patience. They spoke about the ability to read body language. Now this is whether or not you're on a virtual call or in an in-person meeting. They spoke about the ability to collaborate, both virtually with teams that are global or in an office setting. And lastly, they spoke about self-management, the ability to manage oneself through time management and prioritize when to work well with others and when to work independently. Now, we recognize that building human skills is hard, and sometimes it can feel that it's harder than learning technical skill. And this is because it not only takes time, it takes a lot of practice. And it cannot be memorized, as we do for certain things. Additionally, different jobs require certain skills more than others. There's no one size fits all. When you take our courses with MASH Group, there will be certain topics that are more important to you because you know your weaknesses and you know what you struggle with most. But if you're in doubt, MASH Group can carry out baseline surveys, which we have done for years, to assist you to understand some of those skills and the ones you should pay attention most to. Now, as I mentioned, we're not new to the EdTech industry. We have created partnerships and collaborated with NGOs, government entities, and private organizations in over 10 countries. And this is not only to strengthen our programs, but to allow us to receive guidance on what information is relevant in today's world of work. And to top it all, we have hired content writers that are digital entrepreneurs. Who best to teach these skills than digital entrepreneurs themselves? These digital entrepreneurs have taught courses on human skills and technical skills for more than 500,000 online students around the world. And according to your surveys, I saw that some of you had taken courses on Udemy and Coursera. The reason why our digital entrepreneurs have done so well in content writing and content production is because they also host a lot of their courses online. But they have agreed to come on this journey with us to build courses that resonate with our clients. We have launched both technical and human skills training programs in Africa and in Asia. We have built within MASH Group a team with a combined experience of 20 plus years in EdTech. What this has allowed us to do, it has allowed us to learn from the years and create training content on a platform that is easily accessible, flexible, and helps our students learn better. As I can see right there on the screen, there's Ghana Digital Centers Limited, a company that an organization that we're very happy to be partnering with this year. Now, I've talked about our team, I've talked about the organization, but what makes us different? Why don't you just go on Coursera, Udemy, take a course, and move on with your soft skills? Or is it enough the skills that you have received from the university on human skills? Now, I spoke about accessibility. Accessibility because we use a mobile-first learning platform, which makes it possible for you as the user to learn anytime, anywhere, and when it suits you. To add into that, we also have offline access for a lot of our training material. Flexible. I spoke about flexibility. And that's because our content is delivered in short modules that allow you to learn during your free time, in between classes, or during your lunch break. I would say you can learn at any time that you tend to scroll on social media. That is how long they are. Helping our students learn better, better retention. And this is because our courses are gamified. Our built-in games make our courses fun, highly engaging, interactive, and maintain better retention for our users. To top this all off, we host a variety of virtual calls throughout the year with digital entrepreneurs, freelancers, influencers, remote workers from around the world, which we invite our users to attend. Now, the way we're able to do this is that we're all digital entrepreneurs sitting at different parts of the world. I am the only partner employee of MASH Group sitting in Sweden working for a Danish company. My head of learning is in Bangladesh. My head of business strategy is sitting in Kosovo. So with that, we're able to bring in a network and bring in from our network a strong cohort of speakers to speak to our users and to our students on their experience, their stories, their mistakes, their solutions, their lessons. But above that, it opens up the opportunity for mentorship across the globe. This is something that we value very much and has created a huge distinction between taking courses on Coursera, on Udemy, and being able to tie it with a program where you're hearing from people and hearing from their experiences. So as Edward mentioned, there's going to be an ask in this talk. And this is my ask to you, to each and every one of you sitting in the room today. My ask is for you to be like Daniel, right? Not the Daniel before, but the Daniel who took the skills, who advanced his human skills with the same hard work and dedication that he gave to his technical skills training. And I believe because it makes a world of a difference later. Right now, I'm going to go ahead and put my money where my mouth is. I've spent roughly 30 minutes, maybe a little bit more, my apologies, telling you what human skills are, why they matter, what is going to happen in the future. Now I would like to help you invest on yourself. I would like to pay for half of your course fee by offering you a 50% discount for our training programs. This is from $112 to $49. Now, if I was just to check what that equates in Ghanaian CD, let's see. That comes to approximately about 760, if I'm not wrong. And we can, right now, I would like to make it a flat 700 per student, per course that is enrolled in the month of August 2024. Invest in yourselves and you will thank yourselves later. That is something I know to be true for myself, and I know I can promise that. Now, it has been my absolute privilege to speak in this room with so many smart minds. I mean, the world is lucky to have you in their future. If you can remember one thing from my talk today, always focus on what you're doing, your job, leading your business in the most humane way possible, and you will build a business with influence. I have gone ahead actually before we finish, and I've created a WhatsApp group for all of you today. This WhatsApp group, and this is something I have to say, even when I spoke, when Edward and I met at the ICT for D conference, I did not offer this option when I spoke to a panel on digital training. This WhatsApp group connects you directly to me and my team. We will be sharing additional information about our courses on this chat, as well as sign-up procedures. And I also urge any university personnel that are here today, professors, feel free to link up with me on this chat if there's something or any questions you might have. So I would like to ask that you use the QR code on the screen to join the MASH Group community now. I want to thank you all for your time today, and thank you for giving me an opportunity to speak to you. Thank you so much.
Shireen, can we have the QR code?
Yes. Oh, the QR code. Let me just open it. Let me present again.
Let it stay for some minutes. I think some people want to join the group.
No problem. That's absolutely fine.
Are you available to take a number of questions?
Yes, I mean I am, but I can see I've gone a little bit overboard with my questionnaires and my info. So if it's possible, absolutely.
Okay, let's see. So, questions. If there's anyone here who wants to know more, who has a question, the floor is open. We'll take 3 questions. 3 questions. 3 questions. 3 questions.
I'll just check from here. Oh, I have Q&A questions. First one is quite funny. Thank you, guys. You know what? Maybe, Edward, I can just go through a few of these and answer as many as I can, and I can put them on the screen so everyone can see them. Okay, can everybody see my screen? Edward, is it clear?
Yes, your screen.
Okay, perfect. Now, anonymous question number 1, how old am I? Oh, I have to tell you, we have to know each other a little bit better for me to answer that question. You will have to go online, start going through, doing your digital work, and you'll find the answer. It's on there somewhere. Question number 2, how to get started as a computer engineering student who wants to be in the machine learning field? Now, that's a fantastic question. I would say, first of all, I would want to know what experience you have, what education you have on machine learning. We do have courses on it with regard to our technical side. What I could do is I would recommend, please, if you could take this question and post it on the WhatsApp group, and I can get our head of learning or our team that deals with startups, AI, especially AI or tech startups, to answer this question in more detail for you. Now, number 3, are you satisfied with your level of achievement in your field? And what do you wish you could have done in ways to be better at what you do? Wow, that's pure reflection, let me be honest. Okay, so this is the fast answer. I am satisfied with my work today, but not because I feel that I've reached the level of achievement that I would like to reach. The reason why I'm satisfied with my work right now is that I live and reside in Sweden. I'm born and raised in Kenya. So having the opportunity day in, day out of communicating, working with youth, women in Africa is such a privilege for me. And it allows me to reconnect with my continent on a daily basis versus just during Christmas or Easter or on holidays.
Okay, Shireen. Shireen, I think I have to come in here. We're hard pressed for time. And I think you can give us your closing remarks and then we can end your session. I'm sure there'll be some further engagement after this session.
Absolutely. So thank you so much for these questions. I will get into them in the WhatsApp group. So please make sure that you do join. And, I look at it and I am very thankful to be here to talk to you about, the impact of human skills on the technology side. And I'm opening my platform, my WhatsApp, to be able to answer as many questions as I can. Thank you for this experience. I'm very humbled to be here today.
Thank you very much, Shireen. Thank you very much for giving us this very great presentation and also for the heavy discount on the courses. I think it's very good that we take advantage of this opportunity to ensure that we are very well-rounded individuals with both tech and human skills, because that's where the world is going. Before I leave, I think we were supposed to have one more partner to do a presentation. They couldn't make it, but then they have sent a package to be shared with you. Dennis, can you kindly put up what I shared with you right here so the students can see? Those of us who are interested in taking a course in digital marketing, the Ghana Digital Centers Limited has a partnership with Aleph Holdings. Aleph Holdings is organizing the Digital Art Expert Program. And through our partnership, as you can see there, if you are interested in becoming a digital marketer, that's what you have to do. That's the link over there. We can share it later on. This is 100% online. It's a certified course. It's for 3 months, and it is totally free. So I thought you would clap for that. Thank you very much. Yes, so that's from Aleph Holding. They are partners, and that's what they've asked that we give to you or share with you. Anyone who's interested in taking a course in digital marketing, they are training you on how to optimize 4 platforms: TikTok, X, Instagram, and LinkedIn. It's a 3-month course. You have the option to do a self-paced course or a live course. So there you have it. Kindly take note of it. We can share the link with your lecturers so you take advantage of it. The plan or the goal is to train 100,000 youth in digital marketing. So that's a huge opportunity for youth like you. I want to bring my session to an end. I want to thank Prof. Akowa and all the people who have put this great event together. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you very much. I want to say that as part of some of the housekeeping rules that we should have stated earlier on, once the week is over, the materials and resources will be shared with those who came and registered. So we have your emails and all that, so we'll share them with you. Right, so those of your colleagues who didn't come, that's what they'll miss. So the video, as for the videos, they are online, but the resources like these will be pushed into your emails. Thank you. We have the Dean of Kwapo here, and he's also the scientific director of our responsible AI lab. He will give us a short word before we do the main hackathon pitch. So whilst he's giving us a word, we'd like the team and the hackathon team to get ready. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Okay, so as Emmanuel rightly indicated, I wear a couple of hats. And there are 2 hats for which reason I want to speak this afternoon. As the Dean for the Quality Assurance and Planning Office, we normally organize a number of polls, surveys, to find out the student experience as far as their stay in KNUST is concerned. And one of them is the exit survey, where we actually seek feedback from graduating students with reference to how their experience in KNUST has been to help us be able to improve upon the work that we do. And one of the things which was very clear was that the graduating class felt that we could do better as far as their immersion in industry is concerned. And so they pushed that we bridge the gap between academia and industry. And so seeing, the Technology Week, where we have academia and industry partnering to enhance the learning experience for our students, is fantastic. And I want to say congratulations. Yeah. I want to encourage that this becomes the first of many to come. We don't want a situation where we train our students in our own small corner and then we churn them out and industry comes back to complain. It is important that we do this together. And the expectation is that beyond weeks like this, even in the teaching program, we actually can co-teach our students where we have some of the industry players coming to the classroom actually to join us faculty actually to teach some of the courses. And so I want to congratulate the Department of Computer Engineering. Do it better, do it better, do it better. And the planning committee led by our mentor, Prof. Boateng, for this extraordinary event. On behalf of, actually the Quality Assurance Office is under the Vice Chancellor's office. And on behalf of, the management of the university, I want to say a very big thank you to our industry players. This couldn't have happened without you. Colleagues, let's give it to them. Now I wear my second hat as the scientific director of the Responsible Artificial Intelligence Lab. The reality is that the World Economic Forum has said that, AI is the future. And it's not just the future, it's the now as well. And statistics have shown that when it comes to creating of new jobs, 97 million jobs are ours for the taking as far as the AI space is concerned. 85 million jobs also will transition. And so primarily what it means is that if what you are doing is such that an AI can easily replicate it, then you have a problem on your hands. And it's important that we transition. But what I want to say is that the fact that the 97 million jobs are being created does not mean that if you have not scaled yourself, automatically you will grab the job. The opportunity exists, but it exists for those who painstakingly skill themselves to fill those vacancies. And so avenues like this, where beyond what we are doing in the classroom, we gain additional skills to add value to what it is that we are graduating from, is relevant. And so I want to encourage that we spend additional time in ensuring that we are adding value to ourselves. I've been very, very blessed with the session that just ended, which put premium on just technical skills, but soft skills as well. So it's not enough to just say that I've graduated with a first class in computer engineering. If you can't communicate your research, if you can't communicate your products, forget it. And so it's important that beyond solving differential equations and the Bose-Navier theorem, it is important that we gain soft skills that will make us integrate effectively into society. I want to once again, you can do it better. I want to end by saying that computer engineering has shown the way, and it is important that there are more of such across the entire university. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And when you hear your boss, quality assurance in any company, that unit is like the audit. They are very powerful. And he works directly with the Vice Chancellor. So whatever he says comes from the Vice Chancellor. Actually, the VC was invited here, and she was supposed to be at the opening, but because of some circumstances beyond her control, she promised that she'll come and close us. But since her lieutenant has come here to speak for her, even if she doesn't come, we'll take it like she has been here. Can I assume that? So let's give a virtual clap to our Vice Chancellor. So at this point, we will be moving quickly to the pitch for the hackathon. At the beginning of this program, we said we launched the hackathon, the Engine Hackathon. And the rules of engagement were spelled out. And today marks the day that they'll be pitching to all of us. I would invite the team to give us a brief on what to expect. And then briefly, the team that has finished would now pitch their solutions to us for us to, judge their performance. Following which, we would do a surprise. We'll do something small as a surprise for everyone. Okay. So when I said surprise, that one, I didn't have to say clap, right? So people have started getting ideas. This is a department of interesting people. All right, take over.
All right, thank you, Prof. So as you can see, our hackathon participants are here to present their solutions, but I would like to give an overview of what they worked on. So the theme for the hackathon was building a universal document understanding model, which is a machine learning model that can extract information from any given type of document. So be it an academic transcript, an invoice, a property development document, the model should be able to extract key information per the user's need. So that's what they've been working on for the past 24 hours. I think we started last Tuesday around 2:30 p.m. So as at this afternoon, 2:30 p.m., that has covered a span of 48 hours. I think they needed more time, but hackathon, you have to learn how to work under pressure as well. So yes, the judges are here to subject them to about 4 criteria. So we are looking at your pitch and presentation skills, maybe your team, how you're able to share your tasks among your team. So on the stage, it's not just one person who is doing everything. Impact, how impactful is your project? Which real-world problem is your solution solving? How innovative is your solution? And also the implementation, which comes to the code or the machine learning model that you are working around. So without much ado, I would like to start calling on the teams. There's an order. We balloted yesterday and they picked. So it's not like we subjected them to the order. They picked one. So let me just quickly. So the first team on our list is Team Fill Text. Team Fill Text. So I'd like to invite the team members to move.
Hello.
No, it's not even open. Share the screen, please. Back to share the screen. Duplicate. Do you have the ports for this? This is Type C.
No, we don't have the Type C port.
think you have a maximum of 10 minutes.
Good afternoon, dear ladies and gentlemen, and dear panel. I go by the name Asariju Olabi, and I'm on behalf of Team Philtext here today presenting you a web application that understands documents. We are facing a little bit of technical challenge. Soon we'll be presenting our slides for you to follow as well. When we talk about Philtext, our world has several problems. We are faced with several problems day in, day out. But today, I would like to narrow down on one problem that we all face in each sector that we are in the health sector, in the education sector, in the finance sector, and also in the legal sector. What is this problem that I'm talking about? This problem boils down to documentation. Documentation is one problem that is faced mostly by great organizations, such as big organizations, such as Ministry of Finance, our Legal Court of Justice. And we also have our Parliament also facing these challenges. And moreover, our prestigious hospitals, our mega hospitals in Ghana here, such as Konfanochi Teaching Hospital and also Kolebun. Why am I speaking about documentation and documentation? When you have a situation where you have, let's say an HR has thousands of resumes and CVs to take a look at and also to assess them and to see the best clients fit for the work or the job, they tend to face challenges such as more redundancy in the work. The minimum time it takes for an HR to look through a resume document is 15 to 20 minutes. This doesn't encourage productivity in our world. And in a fast-paced world like this, aided by technology, we need technology to set in, to speed up these processes and also to alleviate these redundancies that we continue to meet in our day-to-day activities. So what is the proposition? What is the solution to this problem? But before going to that proposition, I would like to state another problem that we have. In the hospital, you have a senior consultant that takes charge over all documents and reports that comes to him. He makes sure that he makes a good overview of all the documents submitted to him over the month. That was done by the individual doctors. With this senior consultant on his desk, you have a sea of documents, not less than 200. Because when you just take a Konfanochi Teaching Hospital Radiology Center, a day they are able to look after 60 patients a day. And each patient has a report drafted and presented to the senior consultant. And this senior consultant has to make evaluations and understand what is going on in these reports. And here lies the case. That senior consultant has to take not less than 15 to 20 minutes to analyze the report and make his evaluations. And these senior consultants are rare in our country. We can have a whole department having only one senior consultant. And time is a factor that makes them not able to produce more. So what then can we do to help this senior consultant? We set in with a document understanding model. What is this document understanding model? This document understanding model is able to extract key informations that are beneficial to the senior consultant, key informations that are beneficial to the HR, key to the information that's beneficial to the manager. This reduces the tax load on the manager. This increases productivity, and this also reduces error. This is why we need a technology to set in. I will hereby present to you Philtext. Philtext is a web app that understand documents. And these documents, such as medical records, invoices, we have invoices, CV and resume, and also in a case where the user doesn't know the type of documents that he's dealing with, he can go for the option of other that categorizes all other documents and also try and simplify these documents. Thank you.
So when we talk about filters, our system filters is an AI-backed web application that is able to take in certain types of documents like resume, CV, invoices, and be able to extract key information to the user. So taking for instance, we have an HR who has received a lot of resumes and CVs as part of a job application. This HR, with the help of our system, this HR can upload the CVs into the system, and then this system extracts key information such as the skills, the educational background of the person, the contacts and emails, as well as the name of the person. And then using an advanced feature that we have added to our model is the model is able to, based on the information extracted from the CV or the resume, is able to classify the CV or the contents of the CV as under a particular category of work. Let's say, based on your skills, your personal statements and stuff, it's able to classify your CV under a CV for data analyst, classify your CV for under a computer engineer. So in this case, it makes it easier for the HR to easily sort out the CVs that are more relevant to the work. Now, how does our model work? So it starts from the side where the user uploads the CV. There is, based on the kind of document that has been uploaded, there is optical character recognition or text extraction. And then this text that has been extracted then goes into, is then pre-processed to take out, to reduce noise and then take out certain unnecessary stuffs. And then this pre-processed test, fine-tuned test, is now sent into the model to make its decision and come out with the necessary, requirements that the user wants, and then display them for the user. So my my teammates are coming to take us through a demo of how the system works.
Sure. So they're giving us a very quick demo, and then it's based on the explanation you just gave of how the whole model works. So the landing page, fast flexible review for many others and all this stuff, goes to get started. So you have a field where you upload your file. It accepts PDF, JPEG, PNG.
Your time is up for presentation.
PNG. So you just upload and then upload and extract, and it gives you everything in the particular resume you uploaded. Thank you.
Okay. So I think the judges can ask their questions now.
Yes, well done. I want to find out the document types you stated. Does your app support all of them?
Oh, yes, it does. But due to the time constraint, we just did it for resume. But the backend is, we are now integrating the backend with the front end. Supports invoices, supports health, documents, and all those stuff. But we just display the resume sake for the audiences.
So for now, does it support one document type or two or three? Which one?
It actually supports 4, right? And then you can also upload different types of documents, PDF, Word documents, Excel, images. So even with the PDF we have here, we uploading the resume in the form of a PDF. It can also be uploaded in the form of a picture, and then it can still extract all the information it has to extract from the resume.
So the determination of a document type is made by your app or the user?
By the user, sorry. It's in the app. You select what document you want to use, and then you extract it from that particular document.
So the user decides that the document I'm loading is a Word document or PDF or...
So in case of the file types, the Word, PDF, images, it's inbuilt. The backend tackles that. So the document type I was talking about is whether it's resume, healthcare, whether it's educational, whether it's banking, law. But then for the actual document, maybe .x, .pdf, the system is able to
So he didn't understand me, you understood. So can you show me in your back end how they make that determination?
You can ask your question.
Yeah. Hello. I think you're almost at the boardroom. You've done well. My question is, you are kind of going to upload companies' documents. Document can be served as what? A trade secret. With regards to maybe health, medical records, account information and stuff. How do you intend to secure this particular kind of data?
Okay, so in our system we have the authentication pages. Because of time constraint, we couldn't integrate that in the front end. But then we have it developed, and we linked it to SQLized database. So we use that to track that. So all the documents, the user is able to create an account which is protected. And then the model fetches the file from the database. So it passes a query and then fetches that and then displays it. So before you can even get a result, the inquiry, before you can get the extraction, it passes through that chain from uploading it to that back end, and it generates a token. And the token is used to access the file, and then it posts it to the front end for it to be displayed. Yeah. So that's how we're able to secure our data.
That's the basic authentication. I believe you agree with me.
Oh, yes.
So probably you have to actually integrate multi-factor authentication, yes, right, on multiple levels, from the application side to the server side to the backend application as well, right? Yes, then probably you also have to assign permissions on who can do what in the system as well.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So I'm interested in how the model was trained. What kind of model is it? How was it trained?
So the model is a classification model. We also leveraged on some existing models, and then we fine-tuned these models to train. We train them based on our custom.
The name of the model. You say classification model. You not said anything.
And the name of the field test. So the name of our model is field test. That's the name of our model.
That's not an answer. Did you build the model, or, I mean, we are all having some doubts here.
Yeah, we use NLP.
NLP?
Yes.
Still not an answer.
That,
because you kept on saying you built a model.
Yes, we built a custom model. We built everything from scratch. Yes.
This is so.
Yes, please.
Like what
and
layers?
We use Fast API to
okay.
That too.
Fast API.
Yes.
Fast API is for backend.
Yes. So the model is actually, we use NLP to build that model, and then for the integration, use Fast API for the backend. Yes.
Please, we had
saying you use it to build a model. It's like saying I use computer engineering to design a chip. That's exactly how it sounds.
So our model needed a data set to work with, and we needed a very secure data set and a very accurate data set. So we borrowed spacing, a spacey data set, and also modified it a little bit to skew towards our work, such as the resume, where it will just take the name, the date, the email, and also the address of the applicant. Yes.
So you mentioned like quite a number of industries, right? But then based on what you're saying currently, you created a custom data set, particularly for resumes. So it is safe to assume that your model would only work for resumes.
No, please. We had other models. We had a special model for medical records. We also had a special model for the others. We also had a special model for the resume and CV.
So you prepared custom data sets for three different
models.
And what was the accuracy for each of them?
So we have one model for general documents. So when you upload any kind of document without having to specify whether it is a health-related document or something, it is able to extract, let's say, the names, the emails, and stuff from it. And for that one, based on the information it is extracting, we got an accuracy of 83% for that one. For our resume information extraction model, for that one, we were able to get accuracy of 73%.
All right, thank you very much, Team Philtext. I would like to kind of go through some house rules for the next team. So you have a total of 10 minutes. That's for your presentation, your demo, and your questions. You have 3 minutes to present your slides or pitch deck, and you have 4 minutes for the demo of your solution, and then 3 minutes for questions and answers. So please, let's stick to this arrangement. Thank you. So the next team, Team Optimus. Okay. Team Optimus.
Okay, so we are Team Optimus, and now I want to start by saying that most of us here are students, and we are all working with data one way or the other, because we need to, learn on this our data we are feeding to ourselves. But you have many challenges with data because of the fact that when you need to maybe search for a definition, you are looking for something, you need to maybe scroll through a lot of PDF before you get your answer. Or for someone who works in the medical field, where he wants to extract information from maybe the papers of a patient, he or she has to go through a lot of documents before he can get that information. And this poses a problem. So for us, we are introducing UDocs. And UDocs is the name of the application we created. We created an application to support both the web and to support the mobile. And the application uses, for the backend, we use Python, we use OCR technologies and NLP, so that when the user enters into the application, what he does is that he uploads his document and he can ask questions concerning the document. So for example, if you are uploading maybe your receipt from whatever you've done, you can upload more than one document at a time. So when you upload those documents, you can ask the model maybe what's the total number of spending this week, and it's able to give you the answer. And ours is not generic to a particular, it's not specialized to a particular industry. We support any kind of document, any kind of question. So it's very simple to use. Also, because we want it to be, you can use it for anywhere. You don't need to go to the web, or always, you can just download the application on your phone and use it wherever you are. So this is the interface of the application. All right, so what makes ours unique from all the others applications on outside there is the fact that when you are using our application, you don't, like, it's not specialized to be whether PDF or docs or any other document. It is generic for all types of documents. You can upload an image, you can upload a document of any format, and then you can ask it questions. So when you ask it a question concerning whatever you uploaded, you can ask follow-up questions continuously. So it's not restricted. Yeah. So our target users are the professional, legal professionals, the lawyers, the judges, the researchers and the academicians like the students here, the financial people like the accountants, and businesses. All right, so this is the way we decide to use this application, the business model. We have 3 different classifications we've given to. We have the individual, where you can just sign up and you use it, some basic features for free. And if you are a professional, maybe you are using it for work, then you subscribe and maybe you pay for a monthly. That's what we want to incorporate into it. And we can customize for an enterprise, right? So without much ado, I would like our team to show a short demo.
Okay, so hello. Yeah, so to do a quick demonstration, we will proceed. So as my friend said, it can do calculations of receipts and all those. So for a personal use, for instance, maybe in the month you want to calculate the expenditure you spent on shopping or anything, you can just upload all those multiple documents and then it will do the sum for the total calculation for you. So yeah, so for all the documents you should do the sum and then we'll see how it works. Yeah, so it's running and then we wait. So mind you, this document, some are more than 1 pages. It's going, even when we go to the contract, some are more than 100 pages. So our model is built in a way that it can handle all those type of data. And as he said, it doesn't even focus on just one data format. Almost all the common data formats, it can handle it. Yeah, so as you guys see, for all the 8 documents that he uploaded, it has brought all the sum. Yeah, so let's proceed. And then we go to the recruiters for the business aspect. Recruiters who are ready to employ recruiters, you just go there, you select all the resumes and then you upload. It will go through all them and then rank them based on their experience and skills. So Yeah, he's doing the selection and this only one page.
Of 10 seconds more.
10 seconds, sure. So if this runs successful and there's no problem, it will rank them based on their skills and their experiences. So it is very fast. Because of internet issues, that's why it was doing that. But so it's
All right. Thank you very much. I think I'll
you.
hand over the mic to the judges to ask their questions.
Okay. I'm assuming you're using OpenAI.
No, for our case, we are using Llama 3.1.
Llama
For
3.1.
Pardon?
Is it self-hosted?
No, it's not self-hosted.
Grok?
Yeah, Grok.
Okay. And what's the processing time? So you uploaded like a lot of resumes. What's the processing time for all those resumes, and how many of them did you actually upload?
For the processing time,
Okay, so I did the uploading up there. Okay, so I uploaded it, and the processing time was like 10 seconds.
Everything? For everything or for each?
For everything.
10 seconds.
Yes.
Right, thank you.
Yeah, and then based on the requirement, it looks like the app is supposed to provide a summary of all the documents uploaded by default. Before the extra functionality of querying, asking questions and all of that, I didn't see that. Does it do that?
yeah, we have a place to summarize everything when you upload. But here is the case that he selected multiple documents. So we want the user to prompt us what he needs from the document before the model will be able to do anything afterwards.
So where you select multiple documents, then it waits for you to tell it what to do.
Tell him what to do.
It does not summarize.
So with the summary and the key info that you saw over there are tabs that we've already inculcated the prompts in it. So you don't need to type, please extract the key information or please summarize. Just tap on it and then it will bring you a summary.
Even for multiple documents. Can
Yes.
I click on a tab to
Yes.
summarize multiple documents?
Yes.
All right, so you're using an LLM, obviously. So what prompting techniques do you use and why?
Okay, so the prompting technique I'm using is few shots prompting. Yeah, so with a few shots prompting, I'm using that because I want the LLM to return the answer in a specified format. So I give it the format that I want it to return. Then I can do my output parsing very easily. So with a few shots, with the examples too, also gives it some context as to why you should bring out this particular output and stuff. Yes.
So we provided examples. We have data with, we extracted data from the images, and then we added that to the few shots. So in the few shots, we give it like a very lengthy text in the context window, and then we provide it like what is expected to do. So we few of those, and then it was able to generate the response we are getting here.
Yeah, good job done. I want to find out, because the documents you uploaded were all PDF.
Yeah, it handles multiple file types in the backend. So when you send, when you upload a file, we look at the file, we split it and check for the extension. So based on the extension, then we link it to a converter that converts everything in it into text. So the converter like extracts the text from, it could be image. It just, we are using OCR. With images, we use OCR to extract all the text and then pass the text to the LLM to do the response for your questions that you ask it. So it handles multiple file types.
Okay, thank you.
And based on that, the receipt that he first uploaded, it was PNG.
Okay. Okay. Team Uptimate, thank you very much. Okay, so the next team is DataNets. Team DataNets. 3 minutes for your slides or pitch deck, 4 minutes for your demo, and 3 minutes for questions and answers. Okay, so whilst we wait, the subsequent teams, you are supposed to move your presentation files to the top. Okay, so make sure you do that. So your slides or pitch deck.
Hello. Okay, so with this challenge, we're asked to build a document understanding model. So a document understanding model is a model that can extract data based on the input you give it. That's depending on the file type. It can be a PDF or an image. Our problem statement: there are many documents that need fast processing and feature extraction in order to free up humans for other tasks. Our solution is a machine learning model that specifically targets financial invoices and tabular data. That's data in a table form. It can extract data like that. Why will you choose our product? It can handle various document formats. Presently, it can handle a PNG, JPEG file, and a PDF file type. Reduce computational cost. When I say reduce computational cost, the model is trained in such a way that, or the input is given to it in such a way that instead of processing images all at once in a batch form, you give us the image, but the image is processed once, meaning that with a PDF, you can preview the image whilst it's in a PDF form per the PDF you give it. You only get to see what you've inputted. That means instead of taking a lot of images and then uploading it at the same time for it to be computationally expensive, we just upload it one at a time. That means you can go through it and then see it through. And then it's a question answering model. I'll get to why it's a question answering model in a few times. Now it's time for the demo. This is the demo built with the Hugging Face Gradio. That's our model. Our model was trained with the donut model set, which was fine-tuned on data sets. That was 1,200, 1,000 for training and 200 for test. That means it was fine-tuned by ourselves. Yes, the whole time we were just fine-tuning it, the whole 3 days. It can handle 2 types of format. That's the image and the PDF format. For now, he's putting in the image format. When you put in the image, you get to view it as well, so you know what exactly you are inputting. And like I said, it's not saved with us. It's just there. When you refresh, it goes away. That way we don't keep your data and we don't keep the computational cost high? Because it took a lot to train this.
You have 1 minute more.
Yeah. That's a question prompt. I'll get to why it's a question prompt. Now, why it's a question answering model instead of a feature extraction model? The thing was that lack of resources. We needed GPUs to actually train this, and it was taking a lot of time. It got to some point, it just kept on crashing. The highest we could reach was about 15 epochs. That's with the training data. So this was what we managed to produce, and then we took it like that. And then next was internet problems. Because of internet problems, you couldn't fully do it, but this was what we were able to produce, a question answering model. And then the finite data set, that's 1,200, which was 1,000 images and 200 tests, all image files, but can also handle PDF files. And that's it. When you ask what is the grand total, it gives us the grand total. What is the grand total in the model? The answer is 17,000. When you scroll up, you see the grand total over there. It's 17,000. It means it can read that. The question and answer was just joined together, but that was the question and that's the answer. So this is the demo. If you had more time, you will see the PDF to which works. It just separates the images in batches instead of giving it all at once. This is the tabular data format I was talking about. You can ask a question and it will generate the date. It will actually give you an answer, the date which you are asking that question for. And voila, there you have it. When he goes up, what is the mid-semester examination? It actually gives you the date. Please go out. You see the date up there. Mid-semester examination, June 24th, 2024. And that is what the model does. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. I think we're within time, so yeah, you've done well. So I'll hand over the mic to the judges to ask the questions.
Yeah, thank you. So I want to find out, did you try a sample CV for your model? So can you load the CV and tell us and ask a question about the CV?
Okay.
We'll see.
If it's, he wants you to upload your CV so that you ask a question and you see. He wants you to ask, what is the highest qualification? Yeah, he gave, gave Kumasi also. Can't see it actually. Yes. Yeah, it says Kumasi. It's an OCR model that it uses optical character recognition. So it's not everything that to be able to recognize, but for what it can recognize, yes. So perhaps if there was a part in his CV that said highest qualification, which pointed to it, it would have been easy to extract it. And this would have been much better with more data. But like I said, there were limitations because of GPU cost. Yeah, all my GPU was used.
Okay. My question is, you are uploading PDFs and images, right? How do you ensure that no one uploads a virus? Yes, PDF can be in the form of a virus. How do you protect yourself?
Okay, that's a good question. Because you said, how do I know whether someone uploads a virus or not? In this, I would not know. But then, if it's corrupted, it will not show. Yes, if it's corrupted, it will not show. But if it's a virus, I will not know. And I will not be affected. It's just a model lying somewhere on Hugging Face. If anything, Hugging Face will have to deal with it. But I will not be affected.
All right, so the resume you just used, was it a PDF or an image?
Yeah.
It was a PDF?
I think so. I think it was an image.
Was it an image or a PDF?
It was his, so unless I ask him. Yeah, it was a PDF.
Then why are you using OCR?
Yeah, OCR. The thing is that it's a PDF and it goes through, so it takes it in image format. That's what I was saying. So it's to capture it like in image format.
So it will take the PDF, open it, then takes each page as an image.
Yeah.
Why don't you just extract the text? You can open it as a and go through all the pages.
Why will you just extract the text?
Instead of, because if it has to take pictures of the pages of the PDF, perform OCR, that means it can open the PDF. So why doesn't it just extract the text out of the PDF instead of, because there are tools for that, PDF reading tools for that.
Yeah, this model is not suited for extracting the words out of the PDF.
Which model?
This one. I use the donuts model for question and answering.
Yes, it takes in text.
It takes in a question and it produces
the
answers. The answers are put in the word boxes form, so it knows where to find using OCR. So it's not actually taking what is in a PDF format.
Okay, so the model takes in images instead of text.
It takes in images, yes.
But you have to ask a question.
Plus a text, yeah.
Okay.
And then it gives you an answer.
Why that format?
Why that format?
Yes.
Yeah, because you wanted a universal document understanding model. We couldn't do the first part since it was very computationally expensive. So we had to come up with a way of configuring it. And then we chose a document answering model for you. So when you ask a question, it gives you an answer. Yes. So you get half of it. Yeah.
I understand that part, that question answering or document answering model. But the document answering model could have been a model that takes in text or text and returns a text instead of taking text, image, and returning text. Or I'm seeing something wrong here?
That will not be fun.
Why?
Because
you just said you're burning through your GPUs.
Yeah, if we take in text, I give you text. It's like it's going to read and just bringing it back.
Yeah.
It's not be nice.
A multimodal model.
Yeah.
A multimodal model will burn more than an actual model.
Okay, thank you very much. I think your time is exhausted. Thank you. Okay. So the next team on our list is Team Imagine. Team Imagine. 3 minutes for slides and pitch deck, 4 minutes for demo, and 3 minutes for questions and answers. Imagine. After that, make sure your presentation files are the
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, fellow Twickies, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dia. Okay, so to make our presentation simple and real, we will take a recruiter. Let's call her Amadokia. Amadokia is a recruiter at her firm, a very big firm, and her duty is to recruit talents and fill job openings as soon as they are vacant. And today, Amadokia has to manually pour over dozens of CVs, if not millions, and she will spend plenty hours on this. Talk about the toll it will take on the company's finances to employ as many as Amadokia to go through these CVs. And to this, we say, how do we help solve Ama and her company's plight? Imagine a world where Amadokia's job is reduced to a single button. A world where all Ama has to do is to run these multiple CVs through a software, and in no time, it spits out the most suitable applicants for the job. And to this, ladies and gentlemen, we introduce Imagine Recruits. And with Imagine Recruits, all the job recruiter has to do is to post the requirements for the job, talk about the location, the salary, and all the necessary information about the job. And what the applicants, the candidates for the job has to do is to just submit their CVs on our software. Our software then extracts necessary data from the applicant's CV, analyzes it, and compares it with the aforementioned requirements. The requirements being maybe their educational background, their skills, and like the overall fit for the job we are talking about. And after this, our software then spits out, as I said, or scores, let me put it this way. Our software scores the applicants, then ranks them from the top scorer to the least. And with this, Ama's job is made very easy. All she has to do is pick probably the top scorer, then move from there to probably an interview or whatever the company's hiring process is. Thank you very much.
I will take you through how the software works. So we're looking at the problem students face, especially we about to graduate. We find out that there is a gap between the recruitment industry or companies that want talents, and we the students have talent. So we saw this competition as an opportunity to create a platform to bridge that gap. So what Recruit does is, me as an admin, so let's say I am an admin, so I log in with my credentials, and this is, we are using Firebase for authentication. So, network. Okay, it's hosted, let's wait. Okay. Yeah, so as a recruiter, I log in. So then I have to come up with a job, or I have a job to post, so I give the descriptions about the job I want, the company name, the role, the office location, the salary, the experience, and then the description. This is where it gets interesting. So I just have to type anything at all I want about an applicant.
So I want an applicant with 4 years of experience who has done C#, JavaScript, Java, any other skill you want. So when you then, okay, so you upload the logo of your company. Okay. Okay, work hard description. Okay, so network. Okay, so whilst we wait, and doing the picking up of this idea, this problem, we found that the recruitment company is going to grow to 59.4 billion by 2030. Yes, and then we also wanted to solve one of the SDG goals, so we chose SDG 8. That is bringing equality in employment and economic growth in lower income countries. That's why we came up with this project. So these are job postings on our platform. So as a normal user, when you go to our platform, you see this job postings or any posting that a recruiter has uploaded. And this is indeed a real-time application. You don't have to refresh. So I want to apply for a job. So I type my name, my email, my contact info, then I choose my CV, right? And this is where the backend comes into play very well. So what we do is we extract the text from the document, then we pass it to an AI model, which computes takes analysis based on the requirements the recruiter wants and the context in your CV. Then we find the overall fit, how well you fit the job, years of experience fit, educational fit, merits and demerits. So why the AI gave you that, or what in your CV matches with what the recruiter wants. The demerits, what the recruiter wants that you don't have. Then we give that to the recruiter. So the software ranks all the applicants, right, according to best fit initially, but the recruiter can then sort them according to overall fit, educational fit, and the rest. So imagine, yeah, so you can view the merit and demerit about the applicant. Yeah, and okay, and then, yeah, so the recruiter, so just imagine the kind of problem this software is solving. And we're able to do this in less than 36 hours, coming up together and bringing this together. It's amazing. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Your time. The judges can.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, so you've done a good job, right?
Thank you.
My question is, how do you filter out fake applicants?
Okay, the standard recruitment process is that people upload their resumes. People upload when a recruiter puts out a job posting. People apply with their resumes and all the details the recruiter asks for, and the recruiter goes through all these applications manually. Our software just goes through the resume and compares it with the job description, and then scores the applicant to the recruiter. So to the question you asked, how does our software find out fake resumes, fake experiences? Our software does not do that.
Thank you. Well done. That's. I wish you were giving more time to take us to the end. So I'm going to use my questions to demand more information from you. So once resumes are uploaded, the assumption is that they are not uploaded at the same time. So it could be uploaded over a period of 1 month, 2 months, 1 year. As resumes are uploaded, what is your system doing? Is it doing the ranking real time? Does it give the recruiter an option to put in a specific skill set, a specific qualification to go into the system and run? You know, I need further clarification.
Currently, as soon as a user or an applicant uploads their resume and all the other details, the resume is sent to a handler, an event handler, and that's all the computation real time, that instant for the recruiter to be able to see the scoring and then make his or her decision from there.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. He says you have to give the mic to the ladies. How's the scoring done?
Okay, so for the scoring, what we do is that we have the job description. So based on the various categories that we need from the job description, we then tally it with the resumes data that has been passed. So we have a model that does the ranking and then put it into a database. Thank you.
How was that model built?
That model is a Gemini model. It is pre-trained by Google itself. What we wanted to do was to solve a problem and not focus on too much technicalities. We do not want to duplicate what has been done already. We just took a model, it fitted our application context, it fitted it very well, then we went on with it. The Gemini model it has been pre-trained by Google's data, and it is able to extract the necessary information that we require from it.
In using the Gemini model, which platform exactly are you using to access that?
We are using Google's AI Studio.
Okay. So GCP, like you have a Google Cloud account?
I didn't get you.
So I was saying you have a Google Cloud account you are using?
Yeah, we have one.
Did you test for the accuracy of the Gemini model on some of the uploaded documents?
The accuracy of the Gemini model.
So, example, you know that the recruiter was looking for 5 specific fields, and then you know that the Gemini model was able to maybe get 3 or 4 out of what you tested, but you didn't test the model for what you wanted to do.
We did in-house benchmarking, and the benchmark suited met our expectation, and then we proceeded to use the model.
Yeah, so what expectation is that? Like, can you quantitatively give us something? Because, I mean, presumably in this current LLM, like, fast that's going on, Gemini is not actually ranked as, like, the highest of all of them. So why won't you go for GPT-4 or Claude 3.5? Why Gemini for this particular application?
Okay, I think it's time.
All right,
it's time.
so
Thank you very
Gemini
much.
supports.
Team Caladan.
Okay, so Gemini supports the student package. So we have access to Gemini's model, but not to OpenAI's model because it's actually at a cost. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. It's your time at now.
Hello, everyone. My name is Samuel Say, and I'm a member of Team Caladan. I'll be handling the demonstration and the slides.
Hi, everyone. My name is Joyce Checha. I'm a team member of Team Caladan.
Please, I'm Bequeen Jeslav, a team member of the Caladan team.
Please, I'm Lady Parker, a team member of the Caladan team.
And I'm Tawfiq Musa with Team Caladan.
And the title of our presentation today is A Multimodal Conversational Document Understanding Platform. So starting with the motivating problem that led us to undertake this particular hackathon, we first of all looked at how some documents can be very complex to comprehend. And this can be more especially seen in legal, finance, and then healthcare-related documents. But we didn't choose to limit ourselves to just these, so we chose to go the generalist route. So sometimes with these documents, you can experience information overload, and then they can often come in varied formats such that you might not be able to open them within the document viewing platform that you have. And then furthermore, there's contextual ambiguity, especially with stuff like legal documents. So how then do we make use of these documents in our platform to make the user have benefits from it? So we start by unlocking the value of the data, whether it's structured or unstructured, but in this case, we are looking at it as though it's in the unstructured format. Okay. So by unlocking value in these data, you can enhance efficiency in your workflow and then also gain data-driven insights as well as enable faster decision-making overall. And we had some societal development goals in mind, which also made us target our use cases particularly well. Starting with the Societal Development Goal 9, which is the industry, innovation, and infrastructure. But then other sub-SDG goals that we think we can make light of, including good health, quality education, and then economic growth. Because these are things that can be applied within these various sectors. This is a platform that can be applied within those various sectors too. Okay. So the key features that I'd like to make mention of that the Caladan platform provides, first of all, is the multi-document support. We've heard here it been made mention of about the different documents that have been supported, and we can proudly say that we support all document formats for PDF, Word, RTF, and even Excel and CSV files. So when you come with your Excel and CSV file, it's not now that it's going to be passed into text before understanding is being made out of it. It's maintained within its initial format so that contextual information within columns and rows can actually be provided if necessary. So the methodology and the tools that we applied in coming up with the Caladan platform, we can start with OLAMA, which we use for our deployment, and we specifically looked at using the Llama 3.1 8 billion parameter model, which has shown very good results even with a small parameter size. And when we consider Llama 3.1 with the LoRa fine-tuning, you'd notice that the model is actually very, very small, around 16 gigabytes. And I know that there's concern around how some of these documents can be very sensitive. So imagine not having to upload this to a platform somewhere and then just have it locally within your device that you're trying to do document understanding within your device, and then all you have to give up is about 16 gigabytes of space. I can tell you MATLAB takes about 20 gigabytes of space on my PC, and Llama 3.1 with LoRa fine-tuning would take much less space. And then also we used Hugging Face to explore other model options. And then finally, for our web framework, we used Streamlit. Not finally. We also have GTTS, Lang, for our voice multimodal feature support. Okay. I'd further like to add that this is not just limited to being used with Llama 3.1 due to the development framework that we chose to use. For instances where one model might not perform very well with regards to some type of contextual understanding, you can quickly swap out for another model like either Gemma or Claude if they are hosted within OLAMA. But I can tell you that Gemma is hosted within OLAMA at this point. And one thing I didn't make mention of, although we have multimodal support, we also have multi-language support. So if your pipeline fits something like French or Dutch, those are the two main things that we tested on. You can also have multi-language support alongside. And looking at future work and expansions, you're looking at adding optical character recognition because we understand that not all document formats, not all documents come with the text within them. It might just be a picture format that would need further extraction. And then also, these documents can be used, so this platform can be in the future used with industry-specific use cases if you are able to fine-tune it to your specific industry. Assuming you are in healthcare, legal, or supply chain finance, and so on and so forth. Fine-tuning should also be possible because these models are small size enough that you should be able to fine-tune it without running into GPU problems. And then finally, we look forward to having continuous improvements through user feedback and to provide the best platform possible for document understanding. Thank you very much.
So you have 1 minute to demo your product.
We have a recorded demo of an example using an invoice, and I would like you to take special note of one of the last prompts that was given out by the model when the product was given. So the demo can just come in 3 phases. First of all, we are checking for errors to make sure that you're not uploading, you're not giving wrong uploads, or you're not even uploading at all and expecting the feedback. And then followed by you're actually being able to upload, and then you get the documents being processed for summary provision.
You have 30 seconds more.
Should finish very soon. So one downside on our side is the latency, which is why we're also looking into using Hugging Face for deployment. So we're not just limiting ourselves to using Ollama, although we use Ollama for this in particular. We also have a framework set up for Hugging Face, although not deployed. But that one, latency is greatly reduced.
Thank you very much. I'll hand over the mic to the judges to ask their questions.
Okay, sorry. The a note at the top of the invoice mentions that late payments are subject to a fee of 5% per month. These are contextual understandings that you might not get with specialist context document understanding platforms. This one is particularly alerting you to something that you might miss if you don't pay close attention to some of these documents. It's just one tiny example that I just wanted us to have a close look at. And also the multimodal support for accessibility, assuming you can't maybe read very well, or you can't have access to your glasses at any point in time, it can read it out to you so that you can listen alongside. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Good job done. I wish you had enough time to demo the app thoroughly, given what you have mentioned so far. But you said you have included speech recognition?
Text to speech.
Text to speech, okay. So, but let me ask, apart from uploading the document, is there a way that user interact with your solution?
Yes, please. So in as much as it's multimodal, it's also conversational. So when you get the initial summary being provided, you can go ahead to make further inquiries on maybe how to take the next step forward with some certain information that the document is providing you.
So you upload document, it gives summary.
Yes, sir.
So is the app able to tell me from a list of CVs or invoices that have been submitted, which one is the best?
So we've integrated multi-document upload, but we haven't tested it out on specifically CVs, for example, because we are looking at a generalist use case. So far, we've only tested it on an invoice, a resume, just a single resume, and then the flyer.
Yes, so let's assume several invoices are submitted by suppliers, and I want to know which one should I go for. Would the system be able to give me that?
So there is the opportunity for you to prompt the model. So based on the input you put in the text area, it's going to refine and give you a result that suits your needs.
All right.
I have a question. Yeah, so I want to find out how unique what you've built is, because I know I can upload documents on ChatGPT and also query it. So, yeah.
So one very important mainstay of what we are providing is the small model size, which allows for local hosting. So for companies that have documents that they deem to be very sensitive, they don't necessarily have to be uploaded in some of these sites that often store their data to further train models in the future. There was this case recently of Figma. When you prompt it to generate UI, it specifically generates Apple-related in-house UI because Apple's UI database was...
Thank you very much.
All right.
Team Technon. Team Technon. Yeah. 3 minutes for slides and pitch deck, 4 minutes for demo, 3 for questions. So
okay, hello everyone. We are Team Technon, and I'm also Mwabianana, and here are my team members. So, why Technon? Okay, so documents are blood life for many industries because they serve as foundation for legal matters, decisions, and processes. But these documents are manually reviewed. So, because of that, there's high error rates and there's high delay rates. So we introduced Technon. A universal document understanding model that supports all industries. So I'll give it to my brother here to continue.
Okay, so we have a lot of tools and library that can do the extraction. So why go up? Yeah, so we have a lot of tools and libraries that can do the extraction. So basically, what makes Technon stand out is our chat feature. Sometimes you have a lot of documents to go through, but because you don't have time, you can't really manually do this thing, and it's significantly delay your progress. So once you upload documents of various types, like the resume, contracts, invoices, and also different formats, you can actually ask it questions based on the document you uploaded there. So you can ask it, okay, what's this document about? What does it, maybe what's the key information inside and all those things. So with this product of ours, Technon, you can actually gain insight on the number of files or documents that you uploaded. So the impact of this product of ours, so it's going to help reduce time. So you see the total businesses that's going to be saved according to our survey, which is over 2 million plus. Then we are going to have a 50% successful transaction. Then also looking at the number of lives that are going to be saved or that are going to be improved is 33 million plus. Then how does Technon actually work? Let's talk about the overview. So first, I think at this stage, I'll just leave it to my brother for a demo.
Yeah, hi, my name is Joshua. Yeah, so as my colleagues mentioned, we are working on Technon. So I'll talk about how Technon works. Yeah, so there's upload. Of course, you can see the flowchart, there's upload. So user uploads their documents. So I'd like to mention here that our system supports multiple documents. You can have PDF, DOC, and then images is important. So upload the document, and then what we do here is very important. We extract the files. I'll explain why the contents in the files have been extracted. Some of the solutions you saw online end up pushing the entire document to model. Okay. So what happens is that normally models are limited in terms of context window. They can't take a lot of information. So you need to be able to give it the information it needs that the user is interested in. So that's when our RAG comes in. RAG stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation. So I'll briefly describe how Retrieval Augmented Generation works. The way it works is the user has a question, has a query, has an interest. He types it in the input, then the model, then the retriever. So depending on the similarity of the user's query and any part of the document, this part of the document is collected and sent alongside the query to a model. So you have the RAG there taking the user query, and then the results of whatever happened at the RAG is displayed. And also we have, this is also another important feature of our system. That's named entity recognition. So for named entity recognition, what we intend to do is we want to make sure that our model is able to detect or determine key information. Information like date, information like location, information like what's the name of the person we are talking about. So that information is very important. So we took a model, a pre-trained model, and we fine-tuned it we gather some data, give me some documents, gather some data, fine-tune the model. That's our anyhow. If you're interested in the name of the model, it's bet. Bet. Anyhow, then after those information is taken, then the information is displayed. Yeah, so then move on. Yeah, so demonstration. Let's go on to demonstration. Kindly start from the page. Yes, please go back to, yes, go back. Let us see what happened from the beginning. Please go back to the first page. Go back, yes. Yes, so this is the interface. You see it's a very nice interface for user satisfaction. So then, yes, so there's an upload button where the user uploads. It's important to mention also that our model is able to support multiple documents. So when you send about, let's say, 10 documents, you don't expect the system to send everything to whatever LLM you are using. You want to be able to chunk them, and then the document and then have data like that. You want to understand and have some kind of interaction with the system. And so that's what's helpful for you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So the judges can take the floor. Any question? Okay. Okay. The judges have no questions for you, so thank you. Oh.
Yes. So you only use one document to demonstrate the work. Is it possible that your solution can process multiple documents at a go?
Yes, very important. It's able to process multiple documents. I also like to mention that.
So let me continue. So if if I upload about 28 CVs, it's able to tell me which of these CV is best match if I'm looking for software engineers.
So on that, since it's an LLM, it leverages the capacity and the capability of the LLM to tell you that. So that's functionality and that ability is the LLM, the generative AI. That's
I understand, able to tell you. But have you implemented this?
Have you implemented it? Yes, it's able to. Please, if you have multiple CVs, we didn't. But now, once he's doing that, I would like to ask. I want to add our model supports multiple document formats. They are structured, they are unstructured, and then they're semi-structured. For the structured, you want to make sure that the model is able to structure and pick up the relevant information. Then the unstructured. Structured means that the data is anywhere, everywhere without structure, and still is able to make sense out of them. Thank you.
Yeah, so the RAG system is a beautiful idea. It's particularly very useful in the medical context. So my question is, but there's a downside to it in terms of processing time, because you have to vectorize and do the sorting and pick the most relevant one. So have you tried to study the impact of using the RAG interface? Not just go passing everything straight to the LLM, but doing the RAG processing before you pass them to the LLM? Does it have an impact on your processing time, and is it significant?
Yes, there's an impact in terms of processing time. So the data retrieval is done after the user uploads. Is done after the user uploads the data, and then the embeddings and whatever is gathered. And then what is now left for the LLM to do is to be able to compare and then make sure it finds. So that's the only thing it has to do now. Okay, and then these days they are vectorized implementations. So that means you can have it compare it to many of the chunks. So in terms of impact, it's not so much. And then I think with the benefit it provides in terms of providing the entire thing is
GPT. Okay, so for the sake of time, when you come, the teams that are next to present, go to your demo and then talk about everything. No need for slides. We are against time, so kindly do that for us. Because you built it, so you can talk about the problem you are solving and everything, and walk us through the solution.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. We are GPT-2, and we bring to you our universal document model that we built. Essentially, the purpose of this model is we realize that in a lot of times in the industry, it so happens that there are a lot of data collection processes tend to be very inefficient, and therefore it turns out that sometimes the data collection processes that we use are not really efficient when we are trying to retrieve back our data. So the whole point behind the model that we built is to take randomly scanned or randomly collected documents and be able to extract key information from them. So the whole point of the model that we built is it's supposed to be able to take in a PDF or a particular kind of image and then or particular kind of document and then extract the key information from it. So essentially the model that we used was the layout LM model, which essentially is supposed to capture the positional embeddings of features in the data that we are trying to scan. So essentially it is supposed to kind of identify where there are some specific questions and then some specific answers and then be able to map them to one another accordingly, essentially. So we use the layout LM model, and then we also used, which uses some features like we used the layout LM model, which uses some features like text embeddings, layout embeddings, and then transformer layers, and then give us our final output, which is the final PDF or the final document with all the information that it has been able to capture from it. Yes, so we use the data set we use the FundSD model, which the FundSD data set, which is essentially a curated list of several PDFs that have been collated and then are used to train machine learning models to capture their positional information and extract key information from them. Yes, and so yes, we used we trained the model end-to-end with an Adam optimizer and then used cross-entropy loss among other metrics. Yes. So essentially, this is how the model works. In the data sets, there are some specific features like labels. Essentially, the information in the document has been classified as either into questions, answers, headers, and other information which we are not able to properly classify. So the model essentially takes in a document like what we see to the left, and then it returns an output which essentially has shown you the questions and then their corresponding answers, which are highlighted in the different colors. So that is essentially how it works. Yes, so with the model performance, we tend to see that our model tends to do quite well with the training. Even with such a limited data set that we use of about 200 to 300 images for training and then about 100 for testing. So we saw that the precision was about 80% and accuracy, essentially all the accuracy metrics we had were above 80, which indicates good performance. So we would like to show you a working example of how...
You have 1 minute more.
Okay. Yes, so essentially this is how the model works. It takes in an input like the image that we see over there, and then we can scroll down and then see that it captures the embeddings in the text and then returns, yes, down. Yes, so it returns an output which is a series of the labels that have been captured in the document, and then they are corresponding, that are the true labels. So after doing all the processing, it returns something like this. Yes, so essentially that is what the model does. It takes in some input, processes it, and then returns the documents back based on what it was able to capture, essentially. So we wanted to implement an app to demonstrate it, but unfortunately, because of the time constraints, we were unable to proceed with that. But then this is how it was supposed to work, that it was supposed to be able to upload a model. So if you click the upload button, yeah, you will see that it gives you an option to select something.
Thank you very much.
Then, yes.
Time is exhausted.
All right.
Judges, please, do you have any question? Any question?
So you mentioned that you used FunSD dataset, right?
Pardon me?
You said, like, I had something like FunSD dataset.
Yes, please.
And you mentioned that it's comprised of PDFs.
Yes.
Then along the presentation, I had 200 images. Are the PDFs images?
No, please. So essentially how the model works is it doesn't actually use image, it doesn't actually use PDFs. What it does is the data set that we trained on were mostly images. So it takes in the whatever document that you've uploaded, like a PDF, and then it rasterizes it as an image, which is passed into the model for inferencing. Yes. Yes.
Thank you very much. Team Power Rangers. So just walk through your solution. Talk about it whilst you are walking us through. You don't need to do slides before the solution.
Hello. Hello. My name is Glenn, and together we are Power Rangers. Okay.
Good evening, everyone. So it's very disheartening when you get rejected after you applied for a job, right? I think it feels a little better when you get a chance to actually know why you are rejected, if you had problems with your resume, so you get to work on it. I'm sure companies that reject us would have done this if they had more time. And so with our approach, we didn't just want to build a model. We actually wanted to build a whole system. And so with our approach, we have a feature where companies that use our product are able to upload documents in bulk, because we think the time that it takes to upload one document, the next document, is going to actually be the same as going through them manually. So with our approach, you have the power to upload a lot of bulk documents. We have a script that after uploading the bulk documents, it feeds it one after the other, so you don't have to do all those heavy liftings. So if after being able to upload, we considered instances where when you upload in bulk, you mistakenly not upload just resumes, you add other documents, invoices and all. So it is first passed through a classifier model. That tells you you've uploaded 10 documents, 3 of them are resumes, and are we supposed to extract from the resumes? And so after that is done, you upload bulk, it takes you through the classifier. It then goes on to, it's actually a multi-document, and so it converts whatever document you pass through it, being it PDF, Word document, the other document types, it converts it to an image where the extraction it's done. For our front end and back end, we actually have a querying part that after you've done that, you can search for specific information. Due to time constraints, most of us are just coming from defense. We haven't implemented it, but we can show it from the back end part, and I'll give it to him to talk more about.
Okay, so as we're planning on implementing this, we ran into a problem. That was privacy. When you are telling rejected applicants why they were rejected, it might come into an issue of privacy. So we borrowed an idea from SAT, which is to get a percentile model. So all the CVs uploaded, the model also checked for similarity to tell you how close your CV was to other people, so you can improve on it to make yourself more unique. Other problems we faced was the data set. In certain fields, data sets, creating them is so expensive. For example, in the law field, it can run up to $2 million. So in addition to our solution, there will be an interface for improvements on what the model has outputted, so that it gets better.
All right. So I'm going to talk about the back-end part. Unfortunately, we couldn't integrate it with the front end because of the time frame. So we're just going to run the code from our machine. As you can see, this is a resume with some of the text that you can see. We pass it through an LIT model, which draws bounding boxes around the key information that we want to extract. And then after that, we summarize the key information and into a JSON format. That's what we were going to pass to the front end in order to show it. So summarize, he runs the annotation PY, and then as you can see, the output is supposed to come. Okay. Okay. So, yeah. So that will be the output. So as you can see, it has drawn a bounding box around the key information. The key information being the ones highlighted in red, and then the answers being the one highlighted in green. It has a header, which is the label. That's what the bounding boxes would refer to after it has been drawn. So later on, we will summarize it. Run the summary. Okay. So this is supposed to generate the summary. So as you can see, because of the bounding boxes, we've gotten a JSON format with the header, the question, and then the answers. Some fields are out because the expression we used, we filtered out the ones without the empty text. But later on, if we had more time, we could have filled it so that the text that we are getting will match, the answers that we are getting will match the questions. He will use my CV, and then it will try to draw the bounding boxes around my CV. So he will run another code with my CV in it, and then you will see. Okay. Okay. So.
All right. Your time is up. So I'll turn to the judges to ask their questions, if there is any. Okay. The judges don't have any questions for you. Thank you very much. Inspector.ai. Inspector.ai. So since you are no more doing your slides, yes. Since you are no more doing your slides, go to your solutions. You have 4 minutes. Because of time, you are against time. So just walk us through your solution. That's it. Because your time has started. Inspector.ai.
So we are the Inspector.ai team. My name is Kwabna Fusu Chumesi. I'm here with John Anambwe, and 2 of our members are in the room, Opon Enoch and Besmak Owusu. Now, the goal of this project was to design a universal document understanding model, but because of the time constraint, we decided to target the financial industry. Why the financial industry? Because they handle a lot of documents. The documents, they need to process it, and so they need to be efficient and also be accurate. So the goal of this project, in tackling this project, we decided to help them to streamline the process and automate it, because they deal with a lot of documents. I'll leave here for John to take us through the demo.
So we actually approached this problem quite differently. Our main goal was to automate the process, because if, as financial institutions, they employ accountants and people who analyze their financial documents, and these people already have knowledge in certain tools like Excel. So what do? They will need to extract the information manually, put it inside Excel files, then they'll go ahead to now do their analysis, right? So what we did was that we automate this process for them. We make sure that we get this data, extract the information, send it to Excel for them, so that they can now leverage the tools, that's Excel, the power that Excel gives them to be able to analyze the data. So we use UiPath. Why UiPath? Because UiPath helps in automation. And when we researched about them, it was found that they are one of the leading people in the automation industry, and a lot of customers would have people who are already using it. So we want to make sure that the talent that is already in the market, we make sure we leverage it and utilize it very well. So over here, when you run it, so this is how it looks like. So we already have different documents. Our model handles different documents. It can handle images and PDFs. So this is running. We already have files we uploaded there, right? So it's running. It's running locally. So right here, it's running locally. Now you see the confidence. 0.95, 95% confidence in classification. 95% confidence is there. It's highlighting it there. Then now when it's done, it outputs the data. So let's see what it outputs. So remember, our goal was to automate.
Okay, so there's it right here. So you see, there were different documents that was passed to it, and it's extracted the important information that we need from these documents and send it to an Excel file. Now look at the Excel file. This was a resume. Then extracted the data we need from the resume, then export it to an Excel file. Then you can now leverage on your knowledge in Excel to do any kind of analysis that you want. Then this is an invoice. So it extracted the important information from the invoice. Of course, those already in the industry, they know Excel. So then they can now leverage on their knowledge on Excel to do any analysis that they would like to do.
You have 30 seconds.
Then over here too, this is a bank statement. So to be able to classify the bank statement, tell me the kind of bank statement it is. Is it a statement of financial position, whatever bank statement, it will extract them. If it doesn't have any fields, it leaves them blank, right? Yes. So this one too, that's a receipt. Of course, they deal with receipts. So it extracts the receipts.
Much. I don't know if the judges have any questions.
Yes, I think it's unique. I would just want a clarification. You do a bulk upload of all those different types of documents and it creates different Excel sheets. Is that what happened?
No, we didn't create different, okay, yes, different Excel sheets, not files, okay, yes.
For each of the uploaded?
For each type of document. Because our model classifies the documents, then now extract them, then put them in different sheets on the same Excel file.
All right.
One Excel file? Yes. So that it will be easier for you to.
So if I have like 5 invoices, I would have one workbook with 5 different sheets.
One workbook with, no, one workbook.
Yeah.
One sheet.
One sheet.
Because they are all invoices.
But then how do I know which particular invoice?
Invoice number, like it extracts the invoice number, then other data. So you'll be able to identify the invoice by the invoice number. They are unique, right?
I mean, that's fine. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Team 405 found.
Should we end it? Do you want us to end it? Okay, one team. So after this, just one person. .405 found. Team 405 found. Okay, so team Cerebrum, if you are here, come and do your presentation. Team Cerebrum. Okay, so 405 is out.
This is 405.
No. Are you 405? Cerebrum, okay. So this is the last. Yes, your time starts now.
My name is Benjamin Etonam, and then we are here to present on Cerebrum. It's a data extraction software. So how our model works is using large language models. So from the research paper 2023, Google released a research paper on React, the React framework for working with LLMs. So we use that technique and then a few short prompts. So everything here works with an agent doing the extraction. We have an agent for prompting, agent for organizing the extracted text from the document. So we have OCR first, then an agent. So the reason why we had an agent after the OCR was because after extracting text from any kind of document with OCR, it's all packed together and you can't make meaning out of it. So we decided to use an agent to make the document very clear for another agent to understand it. So everything here is an agentic workflow. My team member in there will help us demo. All right, so you have an account and then you're supposed to create a project. So you can create a project for resume, a project for invoice data, a project for medical reports, a project for maybe farm records. So depends on what you want to extract. We are not limited to, say, resume, farm data, invoice data. What you want to do, it can handle that. So after creating a project, you are given an option to create a rule that governs the extraction. So the user have control over what to extract. So if you are extracting, say, multiple resume data, you can give a rule which is in the form of JSON, but we have a user-friendly interface that allows you to create the structure from the left side pane. You can also do smart extract. So smart extract is only available for single document at the moment. So if you have a single document and you want to extract the data from it, you have smart rule that creates the rule for you with an agent before the data is being extracted out of the document. So he's uploading a medical report, and then the backend does the processing. Before we go on, we used Llama 3.1 8B. So the model was released last week by Meta. Then we fine-tuned it on the Alpaca dataset. That's supposed to help it follow instructions, because we are using an agentic workflow. We need the model to be able to understand instructions and follow the instruction the way we want it to do it. Or if we just throw the data at any LLM to do that, it might not follow instructions. Most of the LLMs are trained and fine-tuned for conversation, but we want to fine-tune it on the Alpaca data set so that we can allow the model to follow the instruction we want it to do. We give it, and then it gives us an output. All right, so this is for extracting multiple documents. He places multiple documents into the system, and then you have the ability to, Bright, can you show the image? All right, so this is the document itself, and then the left side pane shows what is on the document in a structured table. So you can see the person's name, the times of immunization, the encounter with the doctor. Scroll. We have observation. How many observations have you gone to the doctor? All those things were inside the image. So it extracted exactly what was inside the image, just there. And the nice part of it is that we have the ability to extract, export the data you've extracted in there into JSON format, Excel format. So if you want to do other processing with it, that can do that. So we are optimized for scale. We can actually build an API that you upload your document to it, and then we give you a JSON back quick. We also have single document with smart extract. So we want to demo that. So with the smart extract, you don't need to specify a rule for the extraction.
You have 30 seconds.
All right. He will just demo that right now. Smart extract, select smart extract. All right. So we want to try with a resume. It's a resume, and then, all right, so it's extracting in the background. So once it's extracted, it shows all the content of the resume, and then we'll compare it to the actual resume.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I think we've come to the end of the presentation. By time. Yeah. So, okay. So no questions. You have a question?
Okay. So my question is like the processing time. Did you measure that and any performance matrices that we would like to know?
Okay. So the processing time depends on where we host the model, right? So if we have a very high GPU, we get like very fast processing time because it's a large language model. And the nice thing about it is the model is on Hugging Face right now, and it says 8.54 gigabytes after fine-tuning it on the Alpaca dataset. So it means that we require less compute to even host it. With that, we can actually run it very fast. Prompting can take like, if we get very good GPU, less than 3 seconds, we can get an output.
I was interested in like where you're hosting it and the speed, but then that aside, like what's the accuracy? Did you do any tests on it?
Test?
Any accuracy, precision, recall, anything you'd like us to know in terms of like evaluation matrices of how I was able to do this? Because this is like, it's able to generalize and
Yes.
it makes that universal aspects really stand out, but then were you able to like test it to give like a quantitative figure?
I still don't get your question.
Okay.
So, example.
Thank you
if
very
say
much.
that-
I think we've had enough information.
All right.
Thank you. So that-
But we have an answer to that. We fine-tuned Llama 3.1 8B, right? So we can only give you results of the loss we had after fine-tuning it, but we didn't measure it. We didn't do any benchmark. Okay, we only tested with like prompts. Yeah.
Thank you very much. So the judges will now do the computing and the mathematics, and we'll get our top 3 next. So thank you very much. You can leave the stage.
Thank you very much. Shall we give it up to all of them? Sometimes when you are sitting here, you'll be having some comments, why didn't they do this or that? Remember, this is a challenging thing that they did with actually less than 48 hours. And the quality of work that they have produced, if I had my way, all of them would be declared as champions. Because honestly, within 48 hours, it's not easy. And I could see some of them were even shuttling between breakout rooms and then their main, hackathon. So let's clap for them again. At this point, we'll be rounding our activities down. We'll be winding down. And before we do that, of course, we are expecting a winner. So what we'll do is that we'll continue with the program. By the time we are done, once we know we have a winner, we would announce that. I hope you are okay. And I promised a surprise before we got to this session. And I'll do a small test to see whether I'll keep that particular promise. We started this technology week on Tuesday, and our theme was what? From the breadboard to what? The boardroom. And transforming what? Innovations into sustainable businesses. And we did this with our industrial partners, about 16 of them. And I must say that the